Hey guys, it's M, and today I want to talk about Invincible Versus. I've been cursed to like every game that is going to die, or people don't like, or that is just falling off, and I'm not just saying that because look at the Steam numbers. We've pretty much lost every content creator who talked about Invincible Versus. We lost Deuceland kind of recently, or at least I think we did. We might have lost Wolfenza. Honeybee is playing Avatar. It's just been grim, and especially with all the fighting games dropping, little Invincible Versus has been forgotten about. But I've been its strongest defender. I've been an enjoyer of it. There are times where I'm doing things, and I go, man, I can't wait to go home and play Invincible Versus. I love Invincible Versus, and it's really a shame that it's went this way. But today I want to talk about why I love it, some aspects of it. If you saw my Killing Floor 3 video, it's gonna kind of be like that. And just to get it out of the way, this is my win-loss ratio or whatever. This is my profile screen. I fought against people who are ranked 9,000, 10,000. I fought against people who are ranked 1,000. I've been around. I have about 100 hours in the game. And also something I noticed when cutting on the game today while about to edit this, apparently I ended up fighting the number 2 player in the world when I was running my side team in casuals, and I managed to hold my own. I think I won 3 games and he won 6 at the end of the day, but that's pretty cool, I like to think. And I just want to get into this. So my first point is the combat. To give you a little bit more background on me, I am mostly a 3D fighter fan, and I don't mean like what is that game? Plus Ultra Rumble Smackdown or whatever those anime arena fighters. I don't mean like that. I mean like Tekken, from Tekken 6 to 8, Soul Calibur, well, I have to skip 3 and 4, but Soul Calibur 2, 5, and 6, I loved those games. I am a 3D enjoyer. I love being able to step around. I love playing the neutral in those games, all of that kind of stuff. But a main thing is, when it comes to 2Ds, a lot of times my brain just doesn't wrap around the combos. This isn't me saying that I think they're bad or anything. I know a lot of people nowadays, when they don't know how to play a game, it sucks. But I've just kind of accepted, unless I really sit down and try to learn a Street Fighter, an SNK or whatever, I'm just not super good at those. Confirming into all of those buttons and all those combos just doesn't click with me. It does in Tekken, it just doesn't seem to transfer to 2Ds. But a great thing about Invincible Versus is it's a pretty easy to pick up fighting game. All of your buttons, like there's not that many buttons in this game. That's really what I'm trying to get at. You can get your light, medium, heavy, and then special. And most characters, once you learn that by itself, you can do a combo with them. And then you find out, when the combo meter's full, I can then throw an EX at the end and that doesn't break the combo. So I would say this game is pretty easy to pick up. I think most people could pick this game up, but if you want to master it, that's a whole different can of worms. It's just, I always feel like the combat here is so fun. Everything is so punchy, so weighty. You can make the combos as simple or as difficult as you want them to be. It just feels good. The things I was struggling with, the combos I was struggling with at the start, are not the combos I'm struggling to do or deal with at this point of the game. I've come very far. If you compare my first gameplays of this game to my latest ones, they hit completely different. I kind of cringe watching my older stuff. I'm saying all this really because I've heard people go, oh, this doesn't have any depth at all. I simply don't agree with you. The depth doesn't so much come from the fact that the combos are really hard to do, because on average, I wouldn't say they are, but they can be if you wish them to be. But it comes from things more like meter management, like, oh, do I use my EX meter here to finish this combo, or do I save the super bar so I can use it for later? How else can I manage this? Maybe I should save some bars so I have a little bit of movement afterwards, or maybe I want to go all in on aggression so I can tag out, or is that obvious? There's also things like beating assist breakers. If you understand the timing someone else usually assist breakers at, and you time your level 1 to when they do that, you can damage both them and their assist and keep the pressure going with a tag. This can lead to scenarios you were going to lose a match and turn it into a winning scenario because now you've killed their other character and severely damaged them, and they've wasted their meter and gained nothing from it. And then you get things like when you're the last character, I want to say your meter gain is about 3 times faster, so you're sitting there, okay, what's the best way I can use this meter aggressively and keep the pressure going? There's a lot of stuff like that you won't be seeing at the start of the game or understanding, but towards the end, that depth becomes noticeable, I'd like to think. It's got things to it. Next, we got to talk about the movement. The movement here, I've heard people go, oh man, it's stiff, you know, it's just so clunky and weird to get around with. I don't agree. I would actually counterpoint you by saying the movement is almost too good. One of the biggest things that is pretty lame to deal with is people who run from you. Why is running from the other person such a good option? Because movement in this game is that good. Most of the characters have an 8-way dash. There's certain characters that don't, but a majority of the cast can just 8-way dash at any point, boost dash, all of that stuff. Movement is very good, and depending on your character, it can be very fast. And I really like that. And I know because my friend, when I came off of Tekken and I got on Invincible Versus, he said, oh, buddy gets a taste of good movement. He don't know what to do. But it does kind of feel like that. When you're playing Immortal and you do like a ground dash across half of the entire screen, ah, yeah, bro, that just hits. When you see an opening and you go, let me boost dash down there. When you're in the air, you hit a boost dash on one side, summon your assist, and then you boost dash back and you force a mix up. That shit is fire. I love it. I like the movement in this game. Does it enable some cheap play styles? Sure. But there's some cheap play styles in pretty much every fighting game. So I don't think that's really a problem of the movement itself. Animations. This is only really a point because a lot of 2Ds have animations I don't like. I'm sorry to put MK into the conversation, but MK animations really fry me. There's certain times where the characters throw a punch and I'm sitting there, what is that? You would never throw a punch like that. That doesn't really happen here. This game is more, how do I word this, anime-like? Things just look like they hurt. And the sound design and all of that really helps convey that point. So when it comes to animation, it's a W. When it comes to character models and all that, I think this game looks good. I've heard some people say, oh, it looks kind of shitty, it looks waxy, it looks like a mobile game. I don't agree with you. I think this game looks great. It has really pretty moments, especially, let's say you do level 3 and your character smashes into the ground. I'm really talking about Conquest. Let's say you do Conquest level 3 and you explode the other character, you're in Titan's penthouse, the background jumps, all of that stuff. I think feedback here, especially with the animations, is really good. It's obviously not on terms with something like Tekken or anything like that, but I would say the way that it's stylized makes everything work. And this works really well with the fact that it's animated really good. Characters. Another big point that people say about this game is that all of the characters play the same. I don't agree with you at all on that point. I would have to say at a beginner level, when you are just kind of hitting things, yeah, I guess so. But it comes to the thing where I said this is an easy to pick up game, but a hard to master game. Mark is not doing what Anis is doing at higher levels. Robot's not doing what Conquest is doing at higher levels. These characters all have their differences, and to say otherwise, I think just doesn't make any sense. You're not playing Titan the same way you're playing Monster Girl, despite the fact those two characters are kind of similar. You're not playing Bulletproof the same way you're playing Thula. Every character, while they do have the same sort of simple framework of, oh, light, medium, heavy, special, or I can mix it up, see what else I can throw in there, they don't play the same. I could keep going about this character doesn't play like this character doesn't play like this character. There's certainly more unique characters than others. Like, I think Titan, Universa, Duplicate, characters like them, I would say are pretty unique because Titan has his rock skin mechanic, Kate has the clones, Universa can steal EX bar, but everyone has their own little shit that they bring to the table. Mark, for instance, Mark's a pretty good balanced character. He can do all of these things, but he has no range. If you want to play Omni-Man, he has range, but it's a pretty slow option. Oh, I want to play Robot. Okay, you are very wormy now. You have pretty good ranged options, but if someone boosts in and you're not covered, they might just eat your axe. It's like, I ended up liking Titan because I saw his rock mix-up where he lands a hard knockdown, he pops the rock over, and then he does whatever he needs to do to catch you off guard. That's not something a lot of characters can do. I'm actually struggling to think of another character who has any mechanic kind of like that. The most other characters will have is something off of assist, but I really like that. Monster Girl has that heavy punch, wall bounce, loop bullshit. I don't play her, but I think that's really fun. Stuff like that. There's little quirky stuff that the characters can do that's unique from each other that I think would make you gravitate towards one of them for one reason or another. Online, this is a pretty simple point. I don't have a ton to say on it. This is an online game with crossplay and rollback. That itself saves this from a lot of problems, because some people go, oh man, this game's fully dead. Look at the Steam numbers. The Steam numbers don't really matter because as long as there's a few people on Steam, Steam will be kind of fine. fine. But then you have to factor in console players, and that's a whole different group that you can play with that isn't really documented. I don't think this game is dead. People keep saying, oh, it's dead, nobody's playing it. I don't think it's the biggest fighting game in the world in comparison to Avatar and Marvel Dokkan, but to say nobody's playing it is kind of crazy. I can still find games really fast. I've heard people go, man, sometimes I gotta wait like 30 minutes to find a match. I've just never had that experience. Most of the time I wait like 20 seconds. Nah, not even 20, let's say 15 seconds and I can find a match. And you can also just sit in training while you're waiting for a match, so it never feels like it's taking that long anyway. All of that to say, I think online is pretty good. Now we gotta go into the 3 points I feel a tad more negative on. Balancing. I'm not gonna say this game is a balancing nightmare. If you're playing online, you could probably win with anybody. The average players of, this is gonna sound really mean, the average players of Invincible Versus aren't very good. But even when you run into good players, the gap isn't so huge that you're sitting there, I just can't do anything at all. I have no options. Certain characters will struggle doing certain things. Like if you're playing, I'm gonna throw out Titan because he's my main. If you're playing Titan and you're fighting against like a robot or a Cecil, then yeah, he's gonna struggle to get in on them. But once he does get in on them, he can get into some shenanigans. When you're at Evo level, then the gaps become bigger. But there's just certain things about characters I don't love. To go into Titan, a big problem with him at the highest level or the higher levels, other than the fact he's kind of a slow character, is the fact he can lose his armor mechanic entirely. No one else can do that, and that kind of sucks for him. Duplicate, I think, is genuinely the worst character in the game because her whole thing, I play around clones. And then her clones, if you push block her clones, they die. which is crazy. And it leads to a point where, oh man, I'm picking Duplicate because I want to play around her clones. Oh, they suck? And another character on the opposite side of the spectrum I feel I have to add to this is Bulletproof, because Bulletproof, for some reason, it's a little bit hard to get his special heavy loop thing going. And it's really only something you're going to be seeing at the higher levels of the game. Like I said, rank like 7,000 and down, they're just not doing stuff like this. But when he does get it going, for some reason, unlike every other character in the game, his level 3 just doesn't scale. So what does this mean? He can do like 800 damage. No one else in the game is casually hitting that solo. I think it's a little bit nuts that he can do that. So I don't know. There's certain characters I wish were just better. You could win online with Duplicate or Titan or Lucan or any of these characters that we usually would agree are a little bit weaker, but it would be nice to see if they were punched up, so even at the highest levels we would get to see them more. Because after watching Evo was not a really good showing. All we saw was like Rex Robot, Omni-Man. That was kind of it. What was the last one I saw? Paragon? I think that's what it's called. Paragon was a little bit better. We saw some more characters. Did we see Duplicate? Fuck no. So yeah, I would like to see some characters bumped up just a little bit, so we'll see more representation of them at the highest points. Single player is not the strong suit of this game. I've heard a lot of people going, man, this game sucks, there's not a lot of single player content. If I buy a competitive fighting game, I'm most likely only getting it to fight people. Single player is cute, but I'm really here to fight other people. I can't plan mix-ups against a robot. I'm not gonna be sitting there, oh, look at my Titan rock mix. Doesn't even matter. The bot's gonna decide if he wants to get hit by it or not. But if you're here for single player content, there's the story, which I think has some neat moments in it, but overall isn't the best. And then you have the gauntlets, which exist. You just fight bots. And like I just said, I can't mix up or plan anything against a bot, so that kinda sucks. If you want to get this game and you're a single player guy and you just want a fighting game to play by yourself, I wouldn't recommend this one. It's cute that it has simple gameplay, and I guarantee you a lot of people will like that, but you know, you won't really have a ton to do. It's not like if you're this kind of person, you're most likely not going to be sitting in the lab, oh boy, I can't believe I learned this, and this for Invincible, and so. And if you're just looking for story or unique single player content, there's just not a ton of that here. Now we have the biggest downside, the community. I don't know what it is about this game in particular that attracts just some absolute shitheads. And I don't want to say it's the majority, but it does really feel like the majority here kind of suck. I mean, rage quits, teabags, left and right. These people are just kind of assholes. I don't know what it is. Like, my first game on this game, my first ever match, person rage quit. I don't know any combos, I don't know any routes, I don't know any of that shit. Just rage quits. I get to my second match, another rage quit. I believe I showed my first match rage quit in one of those rage quit compilations in one of those other videos. It's like, why? I don't know what that is. I beat someone on the 4th of July because I just happen to be playing. We're in casuals, you don't lose anything. And this dude goes, are you happy you ruined my 4th of July? And I just said, like, yeah. I didn't really care. And he goes, well, congratulations. I'm sitting here like, is it that deep?
Hey man, do you feel good ruining my July 4th? Do you? Well, good job you fucking did, dude. Have a good day.
I don't know what it is. I feel like Invincible Versus has just somehow, I don't even think it's a problem of the devs, just attracted these people who are hot ass, want to flex on everybody, and the moment they can't, they just leave. It's weird. I had another guy, he has no rank, by the way, which isn't even a problem. I don't really care. When I hop on Invincible Versus, I will fight anybody. Again, if you're ranked 10,000, I don't care. If you're ranked 1, I don't care. If you accept the match, I am here to run it. And this guy, he beats my Titan, immediately starts teabagging. Okay, little weird. My Conquest comes out, I immediately watch him on Conquest. He sends me a friend request, he then invites me to a lobby, and he goes, nah, run it. And I proceed to absolutely dog walk him every other round. He might have killed Titan once another time, but I completely am washing this dude. And after I beat him, I think 6 times, he kicks me out of the lobby, he unfriends me, and I think he blocked me either in the game or on PSN. Just for no reason.
Yeah, I got marked mine. Okay. Okay. No. This nigga kicked me? He called me! What?
And it goes beyond just playing the game. If you go on like the Reddit or certain conversation places about this game, they complain about every factor. It is genuinely nuts. Every character is broken or a carry, doesn't matter who they are. Certain mechanics are just broken. I had someone tell me that tag breakers are broken because they couldn't time tag breakers. And you know what I was doing? I was doing heavy tag. They just couldn't adapt to the fact I was doing heavy tag. They couldn't time it. There's certain other people who do not know how to do tag breaks at all, and they only do assist breaker, and then when that doesn't work, they just give up. And I want to say I'm joking, but I've literally heard and had it happen to me in a call with the other person. It's ridiculous. I mean, oh man, you know, I heard, oh, the super meter, I can't see it when I'm playing. How? It's right there. It changes colors. It glows at a point. What are we talking about? This also is a game where you'll often be sitting there. You're either going to get hit by a combo or you're going to be doing a combo, and there'll be like an EX or some point to juggle the other person, and you can look down and see it. I don't know what we're talking about, man. I've heard every character's broken. I've heard Monster Girl's broken. I've heard Titan's broken. I've heard Kate's broken. Everyone's broken. I heard someone was on Insta going, hey guys, I'm trying to figure out when are you gonna nerf the Lucan bot? We're complaining about the Lucan bot in the gauntlet now. It's like, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. And just another fun story, when I uploaded the Titan video, I had posted it to a few places, and one guy goes, you're saying Titan's bad and has nothing. I stopped listening after the first 10 seconds. So he didn't watch it. He has no idea what I said. And then I said, oh, hey man, do you want to fight me? And this was a little bit later. And he goes, yeah, sure. And then he must have clicked my account, saw me post the Immortal combo thing, and he said, oh no, you're way out of my league. And then he ran. I mean, like, shit like that just happens. I'm not even the only content creator I've heard that happen to. There was another guy on like the Reddit, and he posts like his Lucan combos or something crazy, and the comments are coming at him, and one of the comments says fight me. He loses the fight, and then the dude starts deleting his comments. Like, what is that? If you've played this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll run into a decent person. You'll be sitting there, oh, we're having a good time. And then the person just starts teabagging, or they go for overkills consistently. And you're sitting there, okay, I don't know what I did to deserve that. But sure. Even when you look at Deucelin, he just stopped playing online and did custom lobbies in his Discord after a point because everyone just leaves. Wolfenza doesn't even play as much anymore, but he was talking about rage quits as well. Justin Wong, who was the main person I saw playing this game when it initially came out, was getting rage quits when the beta was out. Then he came back and rage quits were still happening. And as someone who's played the entire time, it happens pretty often. I had to do the 10 ranked matches to get the Invincible cast skin. I don't even use Invincible, but I think the skin looks really good. In my first match, they get my first character down. I grab their Anissa, they do an assist breaker, and then I know that they're going to run up pressing because they've ran up pressing damn near every time that they got space. So I just level 3. I catch the guy, he disconnects. Keep in mind, his Anissa I don't even think would have been dead. He would have still had his other character, but they would have been damaged from something that was his fault. Just plugs. It's crazy. That's really the worst part. Because if you like the game and you want to get better, everyone's going to leave the moment you do a little too good. And if you're already good at the game, it gets pretty annoying just seeing people run away and leave every single time you're doing anything in your bag that you labbed. As someone who loves the game, I had to just get used to the fact there's a solid chance if I do too good and this person is below rank like 9,000, they really just want to win for ego and they don't really care about anything else. If I throw a rock too hard on Titan, they're probably just gonna leave. That's just how it is. Even again, today, I had someone who was running Rex, Cecil, and I think Invincible. And most of the game, they were just trying to run and throw things at me. This is a very annoying comp to run. And the moment I saw it, I was sitting there, oh God, here we go. But I end up catching him. I take both rounds off of him. And then he just consistently runs from me every time we match in a rank. I mean, Ranked tried to make me fight this dude again, maybe 4 times, and he just declined every single time. There was another dude I ran into today. He was about rank 8,000. And again, I've played a lot of this game. I just don't play it ton of ranked. The thought of playing ranked in a game where people just disconnect so frequently kind of pisses me off, especially when certain times when people disconnect, it just doesn't count as a win. So I'm sitting there, okay, let me play ranked. I run into the rank 8,000 guy. I take the first round off of him. I don't even think it was by that much. I might have had my second character still alive, but that was it. And then every time I ran into him after that, he just put the controller down and let me beat him. Like, no bullshit. He would accept the rematch and then he would just let me beat him up. It's crazy. And what do the devs do to fix this? I have no idea. I don't really know what someone does to fix the fan base kind of just being shitty for some reason. I'll give you one more example and then I'll get off this point because I really do think this is the biggest point. There was a guy, he posted a video. This is not even a hate video. This isn't a critique video. It is just him playing Lucan with a very aggressive editing style. And people go, oh man, this is the most evil, on the worst editing I've ever seen in my life. They're just shitting on him for no reason. And I'm looking at the likes. This thing has no likes. And he didn't even say anything. It's like, oh, it's grim. I definitely know people who were playing Invincible Versus, didn't really have a problem with Invincible Versus, and they kept running into the fan base of, I'm literally just gonna leave, and then they just left the game. It kind of can just happen that way. It is what it is. With all that out of the way, I love Invincible Versus, but that's kind of been how at least I feel about it in its current state. I will still continue to play it. I really hope that after Angstrom we do get Thrag. We did also have a ton of leaked voice lines for all of these potential characters. Truth be told, the way things are going, I don't see us getting all of those characters, but I would still really love them. I'll tell you what. Plug your ears if you don't want to hear the spoilers, but they teased like a Volcanica voice line. Volcanica is such a nothing burger character. Would I play her? Absolutely. I would just love to see what they do with the kit. Angstrom, I'm hoping he doesn't end up being really annoying zoner. I can sense him being that, but I want to see what they do with his kit too. Titan is not a character that I was fanboying for in the Invincible show, but when it came to playing him in the game, I was like, oh, he's pretty interesting. Immortal is also pretty interesting with his install and his loops and all of that. I think pretty much every character here has something where I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, that's neat. Regardless, what do you guys think? As always, as long as you're respectful, I'm glad to discuss with you in the comments, and I've been M, and I am out.